the Hive, you play a doctor in this film. How did this role come to you, and what was it about it that connected with you that made you want to play it?
Well, the movie was on my radar a little bit because I've worked with the director Dave a few times before, and I
Okay.
knew what a talented guy he was. And so when I knew he was making his first feature, I was interested in how it was going to go. And I read the script, I loved it. I went in and auditioned, and
He made you audition?
yeah, well, it's you gotta. There's not always just one person making the decision, so I know how that works.
Yeah.
But it's a really cool role and great movie.
It is. It's a different kind of take on the zombie genre. I mean, there are so many different facets to the story. What do you, as a fan of horror, what do you connect with in all of the different little stories going on in this?
For me, I like the characters and the sort of the love story behind the story. To me, is the most interesting thing about it. Like I dig the genre, but the people and the truth behind what their story is my favorite part.
Are you a fan of the gooey, gory, icky? Well, I know like your brother did Slither, so you're probably no stranger to it.
That's
but,
true.
Yes, that is one of the gooeyest movies I think I've
Yeah,
ever seen.
it's quite gooey. That's a good way to put it. I don't love working in goo all the time because it's very sticky and there's a
Yeah.
lot of blood. So I usually prefer to be watching the blood and the goo and the gore rather than having it dumped in buckets on me.
Yeah,
But
thank goodness it's not a William
it's all part-
Castle film. You'd be
Yeah,
you'd be
right.
drenched in the audience.
but it is my job, so I understand it's part of
That's
the
true.
comes
One
with
of the
territory.
hazards. So where was this filmed, and about how long was the shooting schedule? Because there's so much crammed in. I understand it wasn't a very long.
It was
shoot.
quick. It was quick, and we filmed right here in LA. And I only worked a very short amount of time. I know they were kind of run and gun for a lot of it, which is I think why one of the things that's most impressive about how well the movie is shot and how great it came together.
Now, you talked a little bit about having worked with the director before. So what is it about his artistic sensibility that you think sets him apart? Because The Hive is certainly like nothing that we've seen recently. Even though there are so many zombie movies out, it's a little different.
Yeah, Dave just has a really unique visual style, and I think that it comes from his creativity as a person. It is his movies and his work look like what it's like to hang out with him and talk to him.
Oh, really? Oh, my
yeah, I
gosh.
mean that in the best way too. I think that that's what a great director does is they get some part of their core on the screen.
Well, one of the things that we know is that he's a very prolific music video director, and one of the things in this film is a really bombastic yet interesting and textured score. Have you seen the final product all put together?
No, I haven't seen it all put together yet,
Okay.
which is one of the things I'm excited about. Actually,
Yeah, Monday, right?
I hear that. Yeah, and I've heard that I've heard pieces of the score, but I haven't seen it all put together with the movie. So I'm actually really excited to see that.
And do you like to? I mean, are you one of the actors who doesn't like to see themselves on screen every time you come on? You're like,
I'm not really like that. I'm in an odd way. I kind of I can be sort of objective about my work after it's done, and I like to watch my performances. I don't love everything that I do, but sometimes I like it and sometimes I don't, and I kind of take notes and try to keep in my mind what I was going for and see how successful I was at that.
Well, some of the other actors were saying the ones that are really, really immersed in the virus and having to go through hell, literally and figuratively, said that was difficult, and yet it also helped them get into character. So what was one of the more tangible aspects of making this film that helped you channel your inner doctor?
Huh. That's a good question. I think that I think that mostly my approach was about the doctor being very sure of himself and knowing what it was that he was trying to accomplish as a professional, and sort of keeping my eye on that ball while I did the scenes.